Hello there, a very good evening and welcome to another edition of Primetime News on TV1. I'm Charlene Benedict for the Newsfirst team.
And I'm Naveksha Gunasekara. Here are your headlines for tonight.
From all corners, thousands of devotees converge to venerate sacred relics at Sirasa Vesak zone. Cities resplendent with vibrant decorations featuring exquisite lanterns and elaborate pandals. India's Modi says fighting only paused in wake of conflict with Pakistan. Indian Prime Minister addresses the nation, says Operation Sindoor not just a name but a reflection of millions of Indians' emotions. Tourist arrivals have surpassed 900,000 thus far, and by April, tourism revenue has exceeded $1 billion.
බින්දෙන හැදෙන හිත ඉහළ බලා දුනා පෙර යම අමරේ සුවහස් නැස් බිඳ ආලෝකය නැගුණා ආලෝකය නැගුණා
Today is day 2 of the Sirasa Vesak zone. Now, within these 2 days that the Sirasa Vesak zone was in operation, it has drawn large crowds of devotees from across Sri Lanka.
We're now crossing over to Rochelle Tumodara, who is at the Sirasa Vesak zone.
Thank you, Shalan and Naveksha. I am here at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone, and thousands of people continue to pour here to the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone happening for the second day. Now, a key highlight of this event is the vibrant pandal beautifully depicting the story of Andabhuta Jatakya. Now, today people started the Vesak zone from about noon today as the sacred Sarvacha relics are on display at the Sirasa Vesak zone for the final and second day today.
Devotees were able to venerate the Sarvakya relics which are currently at the Sirasa Vesak zone. The veneration began at 2 p.m. today. The Sarvakya relics were brought to the Sirasa Vesak zone from 2 historic locations, the Nelligala International Buddhist Center and the Gaul Paramananda Raja Mahaviharaya.
කොරවනකම ආවා. ගියව දෙන්න බැරි වුණා. දැන් මේ අවුරුද්දේ ආවා.
ගොඩාක් සතුටුයි ඉතින් මේ අවස්ථාව අපට ලැබුණට.
කලිනුත් ආවා. හරි සන්තෝෂයි.
ගුණගරුක සමාජයක් බිහිකරන්න මේ සිරස ගන්න වෑයම වචනෙන් කියලා නිම කරන්න බෑ.
ගොඩාක් වටිනවා. දුප්පත් මිනිසුන්ට ගොඩාක් වටිනවා.
සුලභයි කියලා හිතුවට සුලභ නැහැ. ඊටම දුර්ලභ අවස්ථාවක්. බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. සිරසට බොහොම පිං.
ගිය අවුරුද්දේ මට වැඳ ගන්න හම්බුනේ මගේ මහත්තයා අසනීප වෙච්ච ඉඳන්. බොහොම සතුටින් මට හරිම සන්තෝෂයි මේක දැක්කම කොයි වෙලේ දෙන්නේ කියලා. මට ගෙදර වැඩක් කරන්න හිතෙන්නේ නැහැ. වඳින්න බෑන තමයි හිතෙන්නේ පුතේ. හරිම පිං ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ගොඩක් පිං පුතේ.
ගොඩාක් සතුටුයි මගේ පළවෙනි වතාව මම ගොඩාක් පිං කියනවා. ගීතේ ලැබුණ ලොකු පිං.
මට වචන නැහැ. ලෞතර සම්මා සම්බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ ජීවමානව දැක්ක හා සමානයි.
ඇත්තටම කියන්න බැරි සතුටුයි. හාර සතුටුයි මට. අපිට දුර්ලභ අවස්ථාවක් මේක. මරි වඳිනවා කියලා හිතාගෙන ආවේ. මගේ පුතා ඉස්කෝලේදී වැටිලා තමයි බ්‍රේන් ඩැමේජ් එකක් උනේ. අවුරුදු 7කට පස්සේ පුතාට කකුල් දෙකෙන් ඇවිදගෙන අද තමයි ප්‍රථම වතාවට එන්න ලැබුණේ. කොහොම හිටියේ ඇත්තටම පුතා?
ඉතින් නිමක් නැති සංසාරයක මේ වගේ පින්කමක් කිරීම ඇත්තටම සතුටක්. කාන්සිය මහන්සිය දැනෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට අපේ බුදුන් වඳිනවා හා සමාන 13 වහන්සේලා වැඳගෙන සැලැස්වීම ගැන සතුටුයි.
Dansals have been set up to offer refreshments to the devotees participating in the veneration.
මහත්මිය පනිනරිලව් කොහොමත් පැනලා යනවා.
The Satpuma program was also held today in line with the Sirasa Namami Vesak zone, and the program was attended by Venerable Dimbulwela Aryadhamma Thera. An intellectual discussion on the Buddhist philosophy bonded to the life of Lord Buddha was held at the Sirasa Namami Vesak zone. This afternoon, offerings were made to the sacred relics with the blessings of the Mahasangha.
Budurajanan Vahanse Samma Sambuddhavanaseka.
The Sirasa Namami Vesak Perahara, vibrant with lively dances and accompanied by the sweet sounds of traditional music, paraded through the streets last night. A large crowd gathered on both sides of the road to witness the Sirasa Namami Vesak Perahara, which featured an array of cultural performances, including Kandyan, Low Country and Sabragamu dances. The majestic elephants Parami and Ganga took part in the Perahara. The procession began its journey from the Newsfirst headquarters. The impressive skills of the Tri-Forces and Civil Security Department officers also added to the spectacle of the Sirasa Namami Vesak Perahara. The Sirasa Vesak zone is being held at the Newsfirst headquarters premises in Colombo 2 and will remain open until the 15th May. The stunning pandal at the Vesak zone showcases the Andabhutha Jataka. When you enter the Sirasa Vesak zone and walk along the bright lit up streets, you'll also see lovely lanterns and puppet shows. Devotional songs are also being performed at the Vesak zone.
සිරස කලාපය හරි ලස්සනයි හොඳට තිබුණා හැම දෙයක්ම තොරණ ලස්සනයි හොඳටම හොඳයි
හරිම සතුටුයි අත්‍තරම අවංකවම සතුටුයි
අපි නම් ප්‍රථම වතාවට මේ වෙසක් කලාපයට ආවේ අපි මොරුණු ඉඳලා ආවේ හරිම ලස්සනයි කියන්න බෑ කියන සන්තෝෂයි ලස්සනට තියෙනවා හොඳට තියෙනවා thank you
අපි හැම සැරේම එනවා බලන්න සිරිස වෙසක් කලාපයට සතුටුයි.
මොකක් දේවල් අපිට නරඹන්න පුළුවන්. පිටරටක ඉඳලා ආව නම් අලුත් දෙයක් දැක බලා ගන්න පුළුවන්.
වෙසක් කලාපේ ඉතාම හොඳයි. බොහොම හොඳට සංවිධානය කරලා තිනවා. බොහොම සන්තෝෂයි. ලස්සනයි පින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා මේක සංවිධානය කරපු ඔයාලා හැමෝටම ගොඩක් පින් සිද්ධ වෙනවා.
ඇත්තටම ගොඩාක්ම හොඳයි මේ වගේ දවසකට අපිට තොරන්නේ එහෙම බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් නිසා හරිම සතුටුයි.
ගොඩාක් සන්තෝෂයි හොඳට සිරිස මේක සංවිධානය කරලා තිනවා. හැමෝටම හරි පහසුවෙන් දැක් ගන්න පුළුවන්.
ලස්සන වැඩක්.
This year, both state and private institutions are contributing to the success of the Sirasa Vesak zone. Several dance halls have also been set up to serve visitors. Many institutions located around Braybrook Place have joined in by lighting up their buildings in support of the Sirasa Vesak zone as well.
A large area surrounding the Newsfirst headquarters here at Braybrook Place has been allocated for the Sirasa Vesak zone. However, I am reporting to you from one side of the zone. Now we will be crossing over to Mariam Gunavijaya to see what's happening on the other side of the Sirasa Vesak zone.
It's day 2 of the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone here at the Newsfirst headquarters in Braybrook Place, Colombo 2. Just like every year, we're bringing to you the Sirasa Vesak zone once again. Yesterday, we declared open this Sirasa Vesak zone where thousands of people from across Sri Lanka, from all walks of life, are coming here to join us to enjoy the spirits of the Vesak festival with us. There's so much that you can expect. The highlight of this year's Sirasa Vesak zone, just like every year, are the Sarwan relics that we have brought you from 2 prime locations for the people to come to venerate and pay homage to. But apart from that, there's so much more things that you can also expect. Behind me is a lit up street. There's so much lights, so much color as we celebrate Vesak. There are Vesak lanterns. There's a beautiful pandal here at the Sirasa Vesak zone. There are Bhakti Gee performances. There are so many other performances. There are puppet shows that you can come and enjoy if you join us at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone here at Union Place. Well, so don't miss out. We have this going on for the next 2 days as well. So as we celebrate Vesak as Sri Lankans, you can also come join us to celebrate this beautiful, beautiful festival with us yet again. So this is what is happening at the Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak zone in Colombo. Reporting to you from the Vesak zone, I am Mariam Gunavijaya for Newsfirst.
To celebrate Vesak, not only Newsfirst headquarters, but many other companies under the MTV MBC Media Network were decorated with colorful lights and lanterns and various other decorations. Let's now take a look.
The Department Broadcasting Centre was also beautifully lit to celebrate Vesak.
Buddha Abhivandana 2025, the Colombo Municipal Council Vesak Zone, held in line with the Sirasa Vesak Zone, is being held for the second day today as well. And the Vesak Zone features a range of activities, including dancels, Bhakti Gee performances, and beautiful Vesak lantern displays, and many other interesting attractions as well. We now have Newsfirst Vinuja Seniviratna at the CMC Vesak Zone. Let's now cross over to her.
Today is the second day of Buddha Abhivandana 2025. The Municipal Council Vesak Zone held in line with Sirasa Namami Sirasa Vesak Zone. As you can see behind me, there are thousands of devotees who have gathered here today to celebrate the spirit of Vesak. Now today we have so many events lined up just for you, starting from dancals to beautiful Vesak lantern displays to Bhakti Gee performances and many more. Buddha Abhivandana 2025 commenced yesterday and will be concluding tomorrow. So trust me when I tell you, you wouldn't want to miss this opportunity to come over here and experience what's happening over here. So bring your family, bring your friends and join us over here at the Municipal Council Vesak Zone. Reporting to you for the Newsfirst team, I'm Vinuja Seniviratna from the Municipal Council Vesak Zone.
Streets streets across Colombo and many parts of the country are shining bright with colorful lights, lanterns and many other decorations on the streets. And from big pandals telling stories to simpler paper lanterns hanging outside homes, the whole country has come to life with all of these decorations. Every evening, crowds with their families get out of their houses to see what's happening across the streets and across the country as well. And many from outstation also coming to Colombo to see what's happening here as well. So now let's take a look at what's happening around the island as well, all the decorations and what is there in this year's Vesak.
Colombo and many other areas across Sri Lanka have been beautifully illuminated with Vesak zones, decorative lanterns and traditional pandals. In Colombo alone, more than 20 pandals have been set up this year, drawing large crowds of devotees and visitors. This is how people in the north and east celebrated Vesak. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak zone officially began yesterday under the patronage of Prime Minister Dr. Harini Amarasuriya. Religious ceremonies were conducted under the leadership of Venerable Dr. Kirinde Assajithera, the chief prelate of the Gangarama temple, along with senior members of the Mahasangha. Many invited guests, including diplomats and high-ranking officials, were at the event. The Buddha Rashmi Vesak zone features stunning Vesak lanterns, Bhakti performances and a variety of cultural performances. The President's Office has organized a series of events to mark this year's Vesak Festival. A Bhakti Geet recital will be held from the 12th to the 16th May in the vicinity of the President's Office. It will feature performances by school children, members of the Tri-Forces and Civil Security Department personnel, as well as popular vocal artists. The President's Office, in collaboration with the Armed Forces, has also organized a rice dansal and refreshment stalls in the area surrounding the President's Office.
And that brings us to the end of our Vesak coverages for today. Thank you for joining us as we captured all of these beautiful sceneries. It's now back to the studios.
News First with the people.
Thank you very much, Rochelle. Moving on with news from here at home. In some tragic news, a bus accident occurred last night in Aladenia, Kandy. 37 passengers were injured. The injured included 9 children under the age of 15.
The accident occurred around 10 p.m. in Aladenia, Kandy. According to police, the bus was carrying pilgrims from Ahatuava to Kandy when it veered off the road and overturned. The injured people were taken to Peradeniya, Kandy and Tithapajala hospitals. Among the injured are 9 children under the age of 15. There were 38 passengers on board the bus at the time of the accident.
අපි උදේ 60 වෙනි පිටත් තුන මාලිගාවට ගියා. ඒ මාලිගාව වැඳගෙන ගඩලා දෙනිය ඇම්බැක්කේ ඒව වැඳගෙන ලංකා දෙලකේ ඒව දීලා පිළිමතලාවට ඇවිල්ලා පිළිමතලාවෙන් ඕනෑගල පාරට දාන්න තමයි ආවේ. ඒ එනකොට තමයි සිද්ධිය වුනේ.
එක්පාරම ඉතින් අපි අගලට ගියා විතරයි දැන් මොකක් වෙලාද කියලා දන්නේ.
Police have attributed the cause of the accident to a brake failure.
පස්සේ වමු ගන්නකොට මම ගියරගේ බැස්සේ එකපාරම බ්‍රේක් නැතුව ගියා. ගහුවන ඊට පස්සේ පැන්න අතරින් අර මම දන්නේ නැනේ පාර. ආපු දෙක තුනක් තිබුණා. මම එක තුනක් බස් වල අනිත් එක බස් වල තමයි වුණේ.
Hospital authorities have confirmed that none of the injured are in critical condition.
A 3-member High Court trial at bar has been appointed to hear the case against former Health Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla over the human immunoglobulin scam. The High Court trial at bar was appointed following a request submitted by the Attorney General to the Chief Justice.
The 3-member High Court trial at bar appointed to hear the case against former Health Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla over the human immunoglobulin scam is headed by Judge Mahesh Veeraman. The bench also includes High Court judges Amali Ranavira and Pradeep Aberatna. However, the Attorney General's Department said that Judge Mahesh Veeraman has informed that he will be recusing himself from the bench as he is due to retire in September this year. The Attorney General's Department said that steps have been taken to inform the Chief Justice regarding the recusal. Former Health Minister Keheliya Rambukwalla is accused of causing billions in losses to the government and endangering the lives of patients through the purchase of substandard human immunoglobulin.
Sri Lanka's tourism sector continues to show promising growth, with over 33,000 international tourists arriving during the first week of May 2025. Now, this is according to the latest data from the Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority. According to the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the total tourism earnings for the period between January and April 2025 stands at 1.379 billion rupees.
Sri Lanka recorded 33,910 tourist arrivals in the first week of May 2025, bringing the total number of visitors for the year to 930,794. This marks a steady increase compared to arrivals in the first week of May 2023 and 2024. Most tourists during this period came from India, followed by the United Kingdom and China.
Global stock markets jumped after the US and China agreed to lower high tariffs for at least 90 days, easing tensions in their trade war and calming fears of a global recession. President Donald Trump said weekend talks led to a total reset in trade between the US and China.
Yesterday we achieved a total reset with China after productive talks in Geneva. Both sides now agreed to reduce the tariffs imposed after April 2nd to 10% for 90 days as negotiators continue on the larger structural issues. But the talks in Geneva were very friendly. The relationship is very good.
The talks in Switzerland resulted in significant cuts to the tit-for-tat tariffs that had been stacked up since January on both sides. The US will lower those tariffs from 145% to 30%, while China's retaliatory tariffs on US goods will drop to 10% from 125%. He said he expected to speak to Chinese President Xi Jinping soon.
We're not looking to hurt China. China was being hurt very badly. They were closing up factories. They were having a lot of unrest. And they were very happy to be able to do something with us. And the relationship is very, very good. I'll speak to President Xi maybe at the end of the week.
Around 60 trading partners, which the White House described as the worst offenders, were subjected to higher rates than others, and this included China. Meanwhile, financial markets reacted positively to the pause in a trade fight that had frozen nearly $600 billion in trade, caused supply chain problems and led to job losses. Wall Street stocks jumped, with the S&P 500 hitting its highest level since the 3rd March and the Nasdaq closing at its best since the 28th February. Asian stocks followed the global rise. Japan's Nikkei jumped 2%, reaching its highest point since the 25th February, and Taiwan's tech-heavy market also rose 2%, while Chinese stocks edged up in early trading.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said India has only paused its military action against Pakistan. This was during his first speech to the nation since last week's ceasefire, which followed a serious military clash that nearly led to a 5th full-scale war between the two nuclear-armed countries. He hailed Operation Sindoor as not merely a name of a military action, but a manifestation of the collective will and emotions of the Indian people.
Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said in New Delhi that his government will not make a distinction between governments that support terrorism and terrorist groups.
Operation Sindoor.
Operation Sindoor now defines India's new counter-terrorism policy. It has set a new benchmark, a new normal. If India is attacked by terrorism, we will give a resounding response on our terms, in our way. We will take tough action at the very roots of terrorism, wherever they may be. Second, India will not tolerate any kind of nuclear blackmail. Even if terror camps hide behind nuclear threats, India will strike with precision and decisiveness. Third, we will not differentiate between a government that harbors terror and the terrorists themselves. Our unity against all forms of terrorism is our greatest strength. Certainly, this era is not of war, but neither is it the era of terrorism. Zero tolerance against terrorism is the guarantee of a better world.
ये एक बेहतर दुनिया की गारंटी है.
After weeks of escalating military clashes, India and Pakistan reached an understanding on Saturday to immediately stop all firing and military action on land, air and sea. The ceasefire was initially announced by US President Donald Trump. The Director Generals of Military Operations of India and Pakistan held talks yesterday regarding the ceasefire agreement. According to the Indian Army, they discussed issues related to ensuring both sides adhere to the commitment of not firing a single shot or taking aggressive actions against each other. It was also agreed that both sides would consider immediate measures to reduce troops along the borders and in forward areas.
Former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte, who is being held at the International Criminal Court, looks set to win the mayoral race in his hometown of Davao City. 5 Senate candidates supported by his family are also leading in midterm elections, suggesting that the Duterte family's stronghold on power is continuing.
With at least 97% of the votes reported, candidates backed by President Marcos Jr. are on course to win 6 of the 12 seats in the Senate. Duterte's supporters, including ally Christopher Bong Go, are set to win 5 seats. One candidate who is winning a seat has been affiliated with both political families. Rodrigo Duterte is set to win the mayoral seat in Davao after receiving more than 65% of the votes. Duterte was the mayor of the southern city thrice, serving a total of 22 years. If he wins, it is likely that the role would be assumed by the city's vice mayor position currently held by his son Sebastian Duterte. In the Philippines, candidates facing criminal charges, including those in detention, can run for office unless they are convicted. The results are a big boost for Vice President Sara Duterte, Rodrigo Duterte's daughter, who faces impeachment by the Senate in July. A 2/3 majority is required to remove her from office and bar her from running in future elections, including the 2028 presidential one. 12 out of 24 Senate seats and all 317 seats in the House of Representatives were among the 18,320 elective positions up for grabs in the key election. Nearly 69 million people were registered to vote in the Asia-Pacific country.
And that's a wrap of Primetime News on TV1 for tonight.
Thank you for watching.
Good night.